Okay, so getting in the truck, clutch pedal, get tension right about there, good and solid. Then comes back up like it was. And was part of giving me a sign before is that I was having to get this pedal all the way to the floor and really get it down to not be grinding those gears when it was not like that. I had it set by the procedure before. And then it was on the way home this morning on the trip I was on. Pedal started hanging up about halfway. It would pop up, but it would kind of stick for a moment and then delay because it didn't have much tension left on it. So the procedure for checking, from everything I've found and looking up, is to take a measurement from your clutch pedal to the same spot on the rim of your steering wheel. So if we'll do that, hit that tape right on the corner of the clutch pedal down there, and then take a measurement back up to the rim of the steering wheel, and we're somewhere around 23 and a quarter, 23 and 3/8. I'll push the pedal down just till you start to feel that resistance, letting you know that throttle bearing starting to hit your pressure plate. And we'll check that measurement again. And we're about 25 and a half right there. So 23 and 3/8 to 25 and a half. We're right at 2 inches of free play there. So I need to make a slight adjustment on that. What I was reading said 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches of free play in that pedal. So right now I'm right at 2 inches, just a hair under. So it could be adjusted just a little bit more, which in that case means that I need to adjust that rod so it pushes a little bit more on the clutch fork, so that it's engaging that, it's pushing that lever back, pushing the throttle bearing forward, and getting a little bit closer to the pressure plate, so there's not as much free play before it engages that pressure plate. So I could adjust it to engage about a 1/2 inch sooner. Everything said 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches, airing closer to the 1.5 inches side of that. So slight adjustment and we should be back on the road and good to go. So if it's a problem that you're noticing where your clutch just seems like it's losing adjustment, you're having to keep fiddling with it, you'll adjust it and then it goes back out, that could be an issue there. It could be, you need to make sure you're checking that linkage, checking all those bushings, making sure everything's solid. There's a mount on the motor and there's a mount on the frame that sits on, so both those need to be checked to make sure that they're solid, whereas mine on the frame was not. And it also could be an issue with the clutch fork that's sticking out. There's a mount inside of the bell housing on the transmission that I've heard people having issues with those starting to come loose and causing play in that clutch fork, which messes with the adjustments also.